Lovely. So I'm assuming that everyone has a mat because I saw Mairead's text this morning. So if you could lay out your mat somewhere where you have a bit of space. And we're going to come just standing on the mat first. We're just going to start by standing, just to get a bit warmed up. Okay. So we're just going to start by standing. Feet are going to come hip width apart. Standing on your 2 feet, however you feel comfortable. And I just want you to kind of rock a little bit forward and a little bit back. Forward and a little bit back on your feet. Kind of feel like you're settling into your space here. And then maybe rock a little bit onto your right foot and onto your left foot. And as you're doing this, see if you can find a bit of length in your spine so you feel like you're standing up tall. Not like a soldier, but just so that you feel that you're kind of standing up taller. And then bend and straighten your knees a little bit gently. Gently bend and straighten your knees. And then we're going to bring our hands together and start to warm up our hands and feel your skin. So just start to make connection with yourself here. Feeling your skin, top of your hands, warming up the ends of your nervous system, nerves that run down from your brain all the way through your body, down to your tips of your fingers. And then give your arms a nice rub to warm up all of those nerve endings, all through the arms and the shoulders, like you're taking a shower. Those of you who've taken class with me before know I like to take a yoga shower. And come to your chest and your shoulders. And then again, let's just come back to our hands very gently. Just very gently feeling our hands together. And bring your hands to your face. And give yourself as if you were gently washing your face. And let's stop there for a moment and bring both hands to our belly. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes. And if not, bring your eyes to the floor and just let them rest kind of on one spot on the floor. Let your eyes rest on one spot. Or close them. And see if you can find your breath and see how your breath feels in your body. And let's take some big inhales. We're going to take 5 inhales and just let it go. So a big breath in and let it go. Relax your belly as you do this. Let your belly expand. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in and out. 2 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. 1 more, just like that. Breathing in and breathing out. And just see there now, if you can stay for a moment, let your breath rest. And have a sense of your hands. Have a sense of your feet on the floor. Have a sense of the whole of your body. Find places where you're holding any tension, maybe in your shoulders or your jaw, around your eyes, around your hips, and see if you can just bring a bit of softness or release a bit of the tension, or even just have an awareness of the tension or the holding. And let your eyes open and see if you can let your hands float down and move your fingers a little bit. Feel your arms a little bit. Sorry, I'm just a bit warm already, so I'm going to take off my sweater. And we're gonna, let's move our head a little bit side to side. Nice and slow to see if we can get a little stretch through the sides of our neck. And don't forget to use your breath. Anytime you feel tension and you want to release it, take a nice big breath and let it go. Particularly thinking about your jaw here and your throat, letting it soften. And let's make some head circles. So keep these as small as you need to. Don't hurt your neck, don't hurt your body. I don't ever want you to feel that you're under pressure to do something that's hurting you. So you can always change it. An exercise I'm giving you, you can make it smaller, you can do fewer of them, or you can leave it out altogether if it doesn't work for you. If you're doing head circles, go the other way. And keep listening to your body. What's your body telling you now? And bring your head back up. Bend and straighten your knees a little bit. Pick up one knee, pick up the other knee in front of you. Pick up one knee and the other knee out to the side. Just feeling your hip joints there. And pick up your leg back behind you like a kind of a donkey kick. Just kick them back behind you. So you start to feel your butt and your hamstrings working there with the muscles. Good, and let's do the same thing with our arms. So we're gonna just reach our arm in front, just like we're kind of stretching through our skin. That's it. Reaching out in front of you and reach to the sides and just see how that feels, kind of getting that first stretch through your arms and your shoulders and your back. And now reach back behind you and feel how it kind of fires up when you reach back. It's firing up the muscles through the back of your arms. I'm just feeling that for a moment. Good. And then we're just going to start by swinging a little bit side to side after that. So think about your arms. This is very little kid-like. So it's a hard thing to find as an adult because we don't really do this kind of stuff. This kind of like, I wish that they would just get on with it kind of feeling. So your shoulders and your head are going from one side to the other. And you're thinking about your arms just flying and hanging. See if you can find that. It's a really nice feeling. My arms are heavy and swinging. And I am using my feet a little bit to push me side to side. Sometimes it takes a while for me to find this, if I'm feeling a bit stiff especially. And then we're just going to shake it off, like we've got water on our hands and we don't have a towel. Shake it off. And see if you can shake it in all directions and let it come into your arms so that you feel like your arms are like jelly arms. That's it. And really shake off the water now, like you've got loads of water on your arms. Shake them off to the side, fling it off behind you. And then just let it go. Let's roll our shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders forward, down, and back. And again, this is just to get your joints, your muscles, your body a bit warm, so they don't have to be huge. And they can be smaller, they can be slower, you can do fewer. And then go the other direction, going backwards. And maybe in going backwards, you feel your back muscles, your shoulder blades. Maybe you're just a bit more aware of them. And let that go. Great. And let's open up our legs a little bit wider apart here. And you can keep your legs straight, and we're going to roll our hips around. So that you start to feel, we're just going to do loads of these. I think these hip circles are really good because they get all of the muscles for our midsection, kind of from our knees to our ribs warm. And you can make circles really big if you want to. You can go faster than I'm going. You can go slower than I'm going. But let's stay here for a few more in this one direction. And maybe you start to feel the muscles of the legs firing up or getting more engaged. Let's do 3 more. 3 and 2 and one, and then go the other direction. And we'll do loads in this direction as well. Kind of like we're unwinding everything we just did in that direction. And just see in kind of Tai Chi, they feel that this kind of starts your internal fire. It's kind of waking up your internal fire. And in the West, we sometimes call that our core. And let's do 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Great. And let's come back in together. And let's just bend and straighten. Bring your legs right in together. Bend and straighten your knees. And then stay down nice and low. Bring your hands on top of your knees. And circle your knees around here. And by circling your knees, you're actually warming up your ankles and your feet as well. So let's do 6 more and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bend your knees nice and deep if you can and come all the way back up. Great. So open your legs a little bit wider. Take a moment there to let your energy settle again. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone to let anyone else in. Great. So your legs are open a little bit wider. And we're just going to bend one knee and bend the other knee. And bend one knee. And when one knee is bending, the other leg is staying nice and straight. Bending one knee and bending the other knee. And let's do this. 5 and 4 more. And 3 and 2 and last one. Now we're going to come up to our upper body and we're going to put your hand onto your waist and reach one arm over. And we're going to do just like a little, a double here. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go to the other side. 1, 2. Great, let's do 5. 5 on each side. And keep breathing. 4. You can have your legs nice and straight if that feels good. And 3. And 2. And last one. 1. And last one. Great. Coming all the way up now. Now we're going to connect the upper body and the lower body. And we're going to bend one knee and reach down. Whichever knee bends, reach down for that toe. And you might touch the knee, or you might touch the shin, or you might touch your toe or the floor. So we're just going to reach down and come all the way up. And reach down for wherever you can reach for and come all the way up. Keep breathing. Think of bending and then coming all the way straight. Bend, coming all the way tall so your legs really stretch long. 5 more. Breathing. 5. And 4. And 4. And 3. And 3. All the way to straight. 2. Go slower than I am if you need to. Or faster if you want. Oh, I think that was our last one. Let's do one more for good luck on each side. And 1. Great. Well done. Bring your legs back in together. And let's find our hips again one more time by just lifting up in front of us, lifting up. So we're kind of trying to hold up for a moment just to find our balance. Don't think too much about it. Just like kind of slow marching. And then we're going to go out to the side and side. Get the hips open a bit. Very good. And we're going to go back. And again, think about kicking your whole leg back like a donkey kick. so that you feel your back of your leg and your bum working, maybe even your lower back. Be careful if you have any lower back problems, don't lift it too high. And if you fall a little bit off balance, that's fine. It's really good for your body to get that experience in a safe way so that you remember how to keep your balance. Great. Let's come down to our hands and knees. Sorry, my music's a little bit all over the place today. Let's try this one. Okay, so we're on our hands and knees. And we're just going to stay there for a moment and move your hips a little bit side to side. So you feel that stretch in the sides of your hips. And then tuck your toes, pull your tummy muscles in, squeeze your bum under, and tuck your chin in. So that your spine is rounding up to the ceiling and all of your tummy muscles and ribs are pulled in. Push the floor away if you can with your hands. And then slowly let that go. Let your toes untuck. And we're going to go the other way. So you're going to stick your hips back and lift your chin up. And allow your back to arch, so your spine goes down. And you feel the stretch in the front of your body now. And the back of your body is arching. Tuck your toes, squeeze your bum, tuck your chin, and your spine rounds up to the ceiling as you pull everything in the front in. Untuck, let your hips go back and your head go up. And your spine arches. Let's do that a couple more times. Tuck and round. Tuck your bum, tuck your chin, pull your front in, and your spine is rounding. Untuck and arch your spine. Bum goes back. I always think about sticking my hips backwards and lifting my chin up. And then come back into a neutral spine here, so you're not arched or rounded. Good. And we're actually going to come laying onto our backs for a moment. So you can just lay on your back as comfortably as you can. Bend your knees. Feet are flat on the floor and your knees are hip width apart. So don't bring your feet and knees together. Let them have a little bit of space. Bring your hands down along your sides. Inhale and exhale. And move your head a little bit right and left. Nice and easy and gentle so that your head can really try to release all the weight into the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling and reach them up overhead. Now you might be able to keep them straight and go all the way to the floor, or you might need to bend your elbows or open them so you get that stretch. Just so you feel nice and wide open. Let your arms either open or keep them next to your head or bend your elbows. So you feel this kind of opening from the hands all the way down to the hips. Great. Inhale and exhale there. And then interlace your fingers and bring them under your head. Let your elbows open. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, follow your breath out and push your belly, or tuck your belly in and push your back into the floor. As you do that, lift your head and come into like a slow curl. And then come all the way down. Let your head relax, let everything go, let your elbows open, and do nothing. And maybe you notice here when you're doing nothing that your back isn't pressed into the ground. Go ahead and feel that, because that's kind of our normal, feel where your spine is naturally. And then push your push your back into your hand. Push your back into the floor and feel how it pushes into your hand. So that's what we're going to do when we breathe out and push down. So let's try that again. So our back's in its natural place. Taking a big inhale. And then as you exhale, push it down. Breathe out, push your back into the floor and lift your head so that you're coming up. Nice and slow, it doesn't have to come up high, not at all. Let your head come down and your elbows open. And just relax there for a moment. Sorry, I see there's somebody trying to get in again. Let's do that maybe just twice more, just like that. Taking a big breath in, and then as you exhale, push your back down into the floor and lift your head. And notice how all of these muscles in the front are engaged and working. You don't want to hurt yourself, but it's nice to feel sometimes a squeeze of the muscles. A couple of more times at your own pace. And once more. And let your head come down to the floor. This time let your arms open straight out to the sides like they're in a T. And now bring your legs together so that your ankles and your knees are touching. Slowly and small, let your knees rock from one side into the other. Be really gentle with yourself, no pressure, no rush. Let this feel easy and good. Nice and small. And you might want to stay there, just doing those easy, gentle twists. Maybe you feel that your body wants a bit more of a deeper twist. And if you want to try that, you can let your knees go more to the side and more to the other side. You can also let your knees go one way, head looks the other. Whichever way your head is facing, that palm faces up. And then when you change, you flip the palm down, look opposite the knees, and flip up the palm in whichever direction you're looking. So you're changing your knees one way, head the other, and whichever way you're looking, that palm faces up and the other one faces down. You can do this with your eyes open or your eyes closed. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more times, you can kind of get lost in it. Nothing to worry about. Take it at your own pace. And maybe in your own time, just once more on each side. And when you're finished, bring your hands back down along your sides. Take a moment there to just rest. And listen to what your body's telling you. How does your body feel after all that? Maybe your body's telling you something it needs a little bit more attention with. And let's bring our knees up to our chest and hold on to them and rock a little bit side to side. Massaging your lower back. And as well, you can really just let go here and get lost in this. You can have your hands wherever they're comfortable. Breathing in, breathing out. And slowly let that come back to being still in the middle. Take a hold of one knee and bring the other foot to the floor. And relax the leg there that you're holding so that you really, if you let go of it, it'll just fall. So that you're holding on to it with your legs. And as you keep that knee in towards your chest. The other leg can go either a little bit away, or you see where it goes. It might go stretching out away from you a lot, or maybe just halfway. And as you're stretching that one leg out, you're gently holding the other knee in. So one leg's stretching away and the other leg's coming in. And breathe and relax your belly. Just find that stretch. And then let both feet come back down and bring the other knee up. And again, just check and make sure that that leg is relaxed as possible. I always check myself by letting go. And if it falls heavy, then I know my hands are holding the leg rather than my leg holding itself. And once you find that knee relaxing towards your chest and you're holding it, start to stretch out the other leg. And you go only to where you feel you're getting the stretch. So you might go halfway, you might go 3/4. As you're stretching the leg out, pull the other leg in. And breathe there, relax there. And then let that go. And now you can rest for a moment, either with your knees bent or with your legs straight. And just take a moment there. See what you can let go of. When you're laying here, try to do nothing. Let go of the weight of your head, let go of the weight of your shoulders, your arms, let go of the weight of your legs and your feet. Feel how heavy you are. And gently turn over, flip over so that you're onto your belly. Sorry, I need a haircut. Okie doke. So we're just going to lay onto our belly and look over one shoulder. Let your elbows go out to the sides and your hands can come resting next to your face. We're going to push, so I'm looking to the right to start, and my right hand is next to my face. So I'm going to push into that hand and lift my elbow a bit and push my head and lift my head off the floor and look over my right shoulder. And then slowly I'm going to come down and rest and do nothing. Let go. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Push into my hand, lift my elbow a bit, and lift my head and look over my right shoulder. And then I will slowly come down. Excuse me. I'm going to do that a couple more times. Elbow, shoulder, head. And you don't have to come up high at all. Let go. Once more, elbow, shoulder, head, and come all the way down. And then change the direction of your head. So look the other way now. We'll do the same thing, nice and slow. Let your shoulders relax. Push into that other hand, lift your elbow, and look over your other shoulder. And come all the way back down and relax. We'll do that 3 more times in your own time. Slow and small and gentle. Elbow, shoulder, head. Giving yourself time to rest in between twists. Just one more time. Elbow, shoulder, head. And when you're done, turn your head back to the first direction just to give your neck a bit of a rest. And then push into your hand so that you're laying one hand on top of the other in front of your head, and lay your forehead down. And from there, we're going to lift, we're going to stick our head to our hands. And we're going to lift our elbows, and then lift our head and hands off the mat. And not a lot, just a little bit. And then slowly come back down and rest. And again, lift your elbows, and then lift your head and hands together off of the mat. They only need to lift if you have any neck problems or it doesn't feel right. You can just stick to lifting the shoulders. You don't have to lift your head and hands. Your elbows, excuse me. Start with your elbows and then lift your head and your hands, or just the elbows. Come all the way down. And then keep your hands on the mat and lift your head, just your head. And let your head rest back down on your hands. And do that one more time. Just lift your head, just your head. And come back down. And one last time, do it all again. Elbows, head and hands. And come all the way down, rest however you feel comfortable. Letting go there. And take a couple of breaths here, feeling how you can breathe into your back. Feeling how your breath is expanding your back, opening it up. Just a couple more breaths there. Relax your belly. And then if you can, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. So you're like a sphinx. Your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. And notice how your shoulders are here. See if you can push your shoulders down so that you feel like your neck is long. And look a little bit one way, and look a little bit the other. And then push onto your hands, move your elbows out of the way and rest there for a moment. And then you can bring your hands next to your body to come up to your back to your hands and knees. Great. So we're going to tuck our toes under, bring your hands to your knees. Bring your hands to your knees, and then push yourself so that you're on your feet. Feet are hip width apart. My knees are going to be soft, and I'm going to let my body stretch forward. And feel that first stretch. If you want a bit of encouragement, give a bit of a rub to the back of your legs. And see if you can allow your head to be heavy so that your neck and your spine is getting a good stretch. And take a few breaths there. Feel how your body naturally stretches with the weight of your body and gravity. Maybe one more big breath there. And then bend your knees nice and deep. Bring your hands up to your knees. Look forward and then push the floor away to come up to stand. Great. Let's do a couple of other things standing, and then we'll finish up. Nothing. Okay. So we're just going to start by opening our legs nice and wide here. And you can keep your legs straight if that feels good for you. Otherwise, you can unlock your knees a bit. So we're going to use one hand, and we're going to stretch one hand down to the side of the knee as if you're trying to touch, as if you're trying to slide down to your ankle. Just slide it down and then come back up. And do the same with the other arm, sliding down the leg and then coming back up. We're going to do this a few more times. As you're doing it, try not to let the other shoulder roll forward. Imagine there's a big window in front of you and behind you so you can't twist at all. And you're just going down the side of the leg and coming up. And down the side of the leg. Nice and slow though, keep breathing. Feel that stretch through one side of the body. Once more each side. And now we're going to stretch down through one side. We're going to stay there and reach the opposite arm up. So one arm is reaching down, one arm is reaching up. Take a nice big breath and come all the way back up. Let's do the same thing the other side. Slide it down, let your head relax over to that side. And then bring the other arm up. One arm down, one arm up. Come all the way back up. Let's do that again. One arm down, one arm up. Take your time to get there. And then once you get there, breathe. And come back up. Once more, last side. One arm slides down, one arm reaches up. Let your head relax over to that side. And breathe. And come all the way back up. Very good. Now we're going to turn our right toes out. And you might want to open a little bit wider for this. We're just going to bend that right knee. Yeah, so my knee is bending over my toes. It's bending over my toes. So try not to let it roll in and out or out. Your foot is flat. Bending over the toes, sliding forward and stretching back. And now this last time we're going to stay there. Keep it bent in this nice big lunge. Float your arms up and feel this width all the way across your chest. Bend the knee deeply. Stretch the other leg. Shoulders can stay relaxed, so the arms are a little bit lower than the shoulders. And breathe there. Stretch wide. Relax your jaw or your face if you can. And then come all the way up and switch toes. So turn the left toes up now. And we start there then the same way by bending and finding this groove where the knee slides straight over the toes. The foot is flat, so you're not rolling in or out. One knee is bending, the other leg is staying nice and straight. Do twice more. And then this last time we're going to stay there. Keep it nice and bent. Keep the other leg straight, one leg bent. Float your arms up. Feel that nice open width, as if one arm's trying to touch the wall that way and the other arm is trying to touch the wall that way, so you feel wide. But if you can, let your hands be a little bit lower than your shoulders. It's because if they're higher, then we get all this tension in our shoulders that I don't need. No, I don't think anyone needs. Great, and then come all the way back up. And we're switching again. We're going back to that right foot, the right toe turned out. We're going to bend that right knee. And we're going to stay there this time, coming back to that lunge. Open your arms out to the side, just like you did. Take a big breath in. And then either bring your hand onto your thigh or your forearm onto your thigh. And then the other arm goes up to the ceiling. Keep bending the knee. Reach the arm up. And you can look up if that feels okay on your neck. And we're going to stay there for 2 breaths. So your arm is on your leg or your hand is on your leg. This arm that's reaching up can come up over your head if that feels good for you. Keep bending the knee. And then come all the way back up. Very good. Switch your legs. Comes down into this lunge that you found before. Nice and deep. Open up the arms so you feel this nice wide opening. And then either bring your hand to your thigh or your forearm to your thigh. The other arm can come up to the ceiling or can come overhead. See what feels right for you. Your head can look up to the ceiling or it can look in front of you or down, but keep bending that knee. Very good, and then come all the way back up. Great. Bring your legs in back together so that they're hip width apart again. Bring one hand over the other. And stretch your legs, stretch your spine, and imagine that your body is you're getting taller. You're growing 3 inches. So really push the floor away, pull your tummy muscles in and try and get taller, taller. Feel the top of your head is trying to reach for the ceiling. And then keep that length, but allow your body to relax. So you feel your spine is long, but all those muscles that were tensing, let them go. You still have this length. And you can either close your eyes or let your eyes rest on the ground. See what you notice about yourself now. See what your body, listen to what your body's telling you. And take a nice deep breath in. And let it go. Let's do that again. Take a big breath in. And let it go. Now we're going to take a big breath in and hold it. Hold it. And slowly let it go. Let your natural rhythm of your breathing return. Notice any changes you might feel now. And slowly either open your eyes and let the light in, or let your eyes come back up. And take your time. I'm going to come back to the screen and I'm going to unmute everyone, whoever wants to unmute. I'm actually going to stop the recording now.